Hi, welcome to Bookie. To unlock more world-class bestseller, please download our app. Just search for BOOKEY at Apple Store or Google Play. You will get 7 days free trial with more features. Today we'll unlock the book The Minto Pyramid Principle, subtitled Logic in Writing, Thinking, and Problem Solving. Before going any further, let's imagine a life scenario like this. You are about to leave your house to shop, and your wife who is watching television says, "Since you need to go out, please buy something on your way back. I am craving grapes from watching all those ads on TV." You take your coat from the closet, she then says, "We also need some milk." You put on your coat, she says again, "It seems that our potatoes are running low, don't forget to get some. By the way, we're also out of eggs." You walk towards the door, your wife goes on, "Please get some carrots, and maybe some oranges." You press the elevator button, she calls out again, "And butter please." You walk into the elevator. Finally, she says, "Some apples and sour cream." Now, can you remember everything your wife wanted you to buy? You would probably forget everything except for the first item, grapes, and the last item, sour cream. Forgetting is perfectly normal. In fact, it would be difficult to recall anything when your mind is flooded by information on 9 different objects, which also appear to be disorganized. However, if we use the Minto Pyramid Principle, we would be able to recall information much quicker. First, have a look at the product categories. We need to buy fruits, dairy products, and vegetables. We have grapes, oranges, and apples for the fruit category, milk, eggs, butter and sour cream for the dairy category, then potatoes and carrots for the vegetable category. This simple categorization enables us to instantly remember the things we need to buy. Such a categorization method is the essence of the Minto Pyramid Principle. It makes everything clear and organized. The Minto Pyramid Principle was created by Barbara Minto, a consultant of the well-known consultant management firm McKinsey & Company. She graduated from Harvard University and was the first female consultant at McKinsey. During her consulting career, seeing that her written reports were always concise and self-explanatory, the company noted her abilities in writing and communication, and allowed her to assist other consultants. In the process, she discovered that some articles only required a glance for their message to be understood. Such articles had a common characteristic, a clear pyramidal structure. This discovery led her to develop a thinking structure as a tool to craft coherent articles. These methods were described in detail in her work The Minto Pyramid Principle. Since the introduction of the Minto Pyramid Principle, Barbara Minto has been invited to teach courses at big companies and management consultancy firms across the globe. She has also lectured at Harvard, Stanford, Chicago, and London business schools and the State University of New York. The goal was to guide people from all walks of life, including for example individuals who needed to create complex reports, research articles, or presentation slides. The Minto Pyramid Principle has made a profound impact. Today, the Pyramid Principle has become the standard for McKinsey & Company. It has actually also become the standard of the consulting sector. Many schools and companies adopt it as training material to teach critical thinking and communication skills to students or employees. Next, we will unlock this book in 3 parts. Part 1, what is the Minto Pyramid Principle? Part 2, how to build a pyramidal structure. Part 3, how to use the Minto Pyramid Principle to solve problems. Let's first look at Part 1, what is the Minto Pyramid Principle and why do we need to use it? Here is a summary from the book. The Minto Pyramid Principle is both a way of thinking and a form of expression, with an outlined structure, a hierarchy, and a clear logic. We can derive a thesis statement from anything. This thesis statement can be supported with 3 to 7 points. These primary points can also be the thesis statement itself, and they in turn can be supported with another 3 to 7 subpoints. These extend all the way to form a pyramid. Why are there 3 to 7 points? Having 3 points makes sense. A statement is not adequate when it is supported by only 1 or 2 points. Clearly, we need at least 3 points to make a good argument. But wouldn't it be best to have as many supporting points as possible? Why is 7 points the limit then? The answer involves the concept of the magic number 7 proposed by George A. Miller. He believes that the short-term memory of the brain cannot accommodate more than 7 memory items. Therefore, it is best not to exceed 7 points. It is not difficult to understand the Minto pyramid principle. It has 3 core elements: an outlined structure, a hierarchy, and clear logic. First, we make an outlined structure. When we communicate, we need to convey our opinions concisely and clearly so as not to confuse others. We can begin with a conclusion, idea, or thesis statement before proceeding into a discussion. A conclusion or opinion can be placed at the top of a pyramid. The base consists of the supporting points, objective facts, examples, or data. There is a joke which circulated on the internet regarding a grade school student who was awarded for saving a drowning classmate. Below was how the teacher informed the parents on the phone. "Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, your child was passing by a river on his way to school today." The parents grew uneasy. The teacher continued, "The river was flowing so fast that one of his classmates fell into the water." Upon hearing this, the parents became more nervous and quickly asked, "What happened then?" "Your child fearlessly jumped into the water to save his classmate." The parents nearly cried, "Please tell us what happened to our child now. Is he still alive?" The teacher quickly replied, "Mr. and Mrs. Smith, please don't panic, as your child has safely rescued his classmate. I'm just calling in to congratulate you that your child has received the Young Hero Award for this outstanding act of bravery." As you can imagine, the parents were nearly driven crazy when they heard the clutter of details and events before being given the crucial information. If the teacher had directly stated, "Congratulations, your child has been awarded the Young Hero Award for an outstanding act of bravery," there would have been no misunderstandings to cause the parents to worry. Hence, we need to focus on making our communication clearer and being more persuasive in our thoughts and expressions. After learning what an outlined structure is, we can now look at the second core element of the Minto pyramid principle, hierarchy. For example, if you go to a scenic area to climb a mountain, you could take the cable car to the top and survey the entire mountain, and then walk slowly back down. You could also climb the mountain from the bottom up step by step instead, and enjoy the panoramic view at the top. Either way, you can enjoy the scenery of the mountain from every corner. These two ways of sightseeing resemble the two types of vertical relationships in the Minto pyramid principle. The first type is the top-down approach, where the conclusion comes first. The other is the bottom-up approach, where the conclusion comes last. Both types express information using a hierarchy. If your communication lacks hierarchy, you may confuse the readers. An example in the book thoroughly illustrates the misunderstanding that resulted from the incorrect usage of the vertical relationship under specific conditions. One person told another, "I was in Zurich last week, you know what a conservative city Zurich is, and we went out to lunch at an outdoor restaurant. Do you know that, within 15 minutes, I must have seen 15 people with either a beard or a mustache." Readers may probably be confused after listening to this dialogue. The person might have wanted to express that Zurich is no longer conservative. However, other pieces of information from the conversation, that is, people with either a beard or a mustache and the descriptions of Zurich, seem to convey an emphasis on the people with either a beard or a mustache, and the inclination to compare Zurich with other cities. The other party has no way of knowing the opinions and conclusion of the speaker, as well as the hidden meanings based on the given information. When an expression lacks a sense of hierarchy, it may confuse others. The third core element of the pyramid is a clear logic. This means that we need to identify a clear cause and effect relationship and a logical sequence when we discuss an opinion in detail. We shouldn't beat around the bush and risk making ourselves sound incomprehensible. This is the horizontal relationship of the Minto pyramid principle. It requires one to learn inductive grouping to arrange a set of ideas successively, level by level. Furthermore, both inductive and deductive relationships are needed. The induction mentioned here is easy to understand. Induction is a method of reasoning going from a part to a whole, from particulars to generals, or from the individual to the universal. Deduction is a method of reasoning that summarizes the general principles from a series of specific facts. The horizontal relationship of the Minto pyramid principle requires a clear inductive or deductive relationship. Below is the most typical example of a deductive grouping that well describes the horizontal relationship. Men are mortal. Socrates is a man. Therefore, Socrates is mortal. After hearing this example, you will be able to understand the meaning of the core element clear logic in the pyramidal structure. Next, let's look at the second question: why do we need to use the Minto pyramid principle? As we can use the pyramidal structure to organize a lot of information, the topic can be as grand as a philosophical discussion about the origins of life, or it can be as trivial as debating why one should go to a barbecue tonight. A pointless and disorganized message has no persuasive power. It can even be a form of distraction. For example, let's say that you are a salesperson at a company. To secure a potentially large order, you invited some clients to meet your company leaders. Unfortunately, the clients suddenly changed their travel plans, and you need to reschedule the meeting with your boss. If you are inexperienced, you'll probably speak to your boss like this: "For some reason, the clients will not visit our company tomorrow, but Thursday and Friday are okay. Charles, the manager of the marketing department, says he's fine with the rescheduling. But Charles can't make it tomorrow afternoon, but the day after tomorrow before 3 p.m. is fine. Linda, the manager of the product department, says she has a business trip on Friday. The conference room will only be available on Thursday morning and Friday afternoon. How about scheduling the meeting at 10 a.m. on Thursday?" If that's your way of reporting, your boss will faint, as the disorganized information will only confuse her. But if you were already familiar with the Minto pyramid principle, you would say something like this: "Boss, the client meeting will be rescheduled to 10 a.m. on Thursday, is that okay? The clients won't be able to make it tomorrow for some reason, but they're fine with Thursday morning. And the other managers who are required to attend the meeting can only make it work at this time. Also, the conference room is only available this Thursday. So, how about rescheduling the meeting to Thursday morning?" As you can see, the conclusion is prioritized over the supporting points based on the top-down approach of the vertical relationship. Isn't this manner of communication much clearer than the other one? The core of the Minto pyramid principle is this: we can derive a thesis statement from anything. Then, we add 3 to 7 supporting points to substantiate that statement. Well, we've just covered part 1, what is the Minto pyramid principle and why we need to use it. The Minto pyramid principle is both a way of thinking and a form of expression with an outlined structure, a hierarchy, and a clear logic. Why do we need to use the Minto pyramid principle? Because pointless and disorganized communication has no persuasive power and will only create distraction. Moreover, our brains are not good at processing disorganized information. Information must be organized using a clear thesis statement and coherent supporting points. Today we are just sharing limited Bookey. To unlock more key insights of world-class bestseller, please download our app. Just search for BOOKEY at Apple Store or Google Play. You will get 7 days free trial with more features.